No,
You
I'm
look
not.
normal to me.
I mean,
Well,
I'm
your
normal
icon
now.
is.
Yeah. By the time you saw it, yeah, the
Oh, okay.
icon was nipple for a minute. Hmm.
Yeah, it was a little different there for a
Slow
second.
internet.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think it's with everybody,
Just
man.
got back.
Yeah, from where mom's or where we at?
I just got back. I'm having a blueberry bagel because, eating on the fly. Hey, Carrie, Caleb in the house.
Hello.
Just got back.
Hi, Gary.
I mailed Omer's ash can to him. And since he got the digital tier, yeah, I
Uh-huh.
wanted to get some cream cheese for it, but all they had was pumpkin spice, and that tends to dry out
Ugh.
quick. And
Yeah.
I, I wanted some strawberry, but at Christmas, and thank you, Biden, for the shortages all the way up to January 20th, and maybe perhaps behind, after. Missed you guys yesterday. Yes, we missed you too,
We
Carrie.
missed you too, Gary. Where was it?
Yes, indeed. I was on Katie Did's. I went in Katie Did's channel about 45 minutes late. My ex is still messed up. I'm going to nuke, if I can figure out how to nuke my other Devil Flyer Twitter, I am, because it sent me, I logged in, but to that one where I have like 38 subscribers, and on the other one I've got over 1,400.
Oh, wow.
It
I didn't know you had two.
caused me a problem once before. Yeah, I do, and it's I'm gonna nuke it though as soon as I can figure it out. But I could get a hold of Katie did, and she sent me the link there. I had given up on it. She got her first stream nuked because of music.
Yeah, I
And
saw
then
that.
she come back, and I didn't know Leland was in there. He's a little interference guy, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I noticed he was kind of grilling you on the book there.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know it was
Yeah.
him till she made him big, and then I was like, makes sense now.
Yeah. Liam's all right.
Most of those
I will.
Australians are just,
Yeah, they're not right in the head.
they're different. Yeah, let's just say that. Leave it at
Well,
that.
when you live on the
So I've been
butthole of the
running
world.
around. I was going to get, Mom wanted me to do something, and it was, her card wouldn't work. It was a Capital One card. I went to 2 different places.
Uh-huh.
And it was just a big runaround, and in the rain, in the pouring rain at one time. It's raining here now, slightly too hot for a jacket.
Really? Wow, nice. Yeah, we were actually up to.
But you go to drive, and it's of course everything's wet. You got to deal with that, and then Christmas traffic. But also your glass wants to steam up.
Yeah.
Oh, Carrie says it's so cold out where she's at.
Really? It's up to like
Carrie
55
said
today.
yesterday I had to go and treat a friend's wounds. I'm just a first aider,
Don't be
but
a
I
first aider.
always have what's needed. It took some time to clean and dress. Well, I hope she's okay. How's Abby? She went with me. Flea's gone. I gave her another bath today, and they really weren't that bad. They were small and few and far between, but she did have a few. I think, we've had a few frosts, but now it's warmed up outside. It's wet. She, may still be getting them from outside because it's not cold enough to totally do away with them.
Right.
But yeah, she's a lot better. If she might have 1 or 2 on her that we missed, but I try and get her real good, every time. But
yeah,
she's a lot better. But yeah, I was on Katie Did, and she invited me back, which was nice, and she dealt like a champ with the delay.
Yeah, she was good about that.
I just gave my pitch.
So did get any hits off of the show today or no? Not yet.
I haven't checked the campaign. She first brought up the ash can, so I got the shield for that too.
Oh yeah.
71 backers over 1,400 on the ash can. I just sent Omer Glitches off today.
That's cool.
And sent him a Dirty Joe drawing to go with it, since he backed the digital tier, and then it's just simpler for me to send it physically with this, with this, and to send it by itself.
Oh, so he backed the digital and the physical?
Oh, I'm sorry, 62. Oh no, this is, we're still at 62 backers, $3,617 on Devil Flyer. What was your question, Shadow?
I forgot now. Shit. I just asked. Never mind. It must not have been that important.
See, it looks clear to me. That shows you how slow my system's running when it affects the camera. She says my cam is blurry.
Yeah, you do look a little blurry. We're probably getting a little delay too, because I think you're. Oh, you're welcome, Carrie. Anything for you, dear.
Oh, I saw the dermal piercings. I actually looked through your pictures earlier today, Carrie, when I sent you the link, the YouTube link, so you wouldn't miss today, because we did miss you yesterday. I noticed when you're not here. Definitely.
Yeah, and Shadow.
Happy birthday to Marv. Today's his birthday.
Oh crap! I forgot to tell Marv happy birthday. Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I'll send him a tweet.
I told him for both of us early Sunday. He was on the show Sunday. Not with us, but Randy and Russ and Glenn and me.
Right. Yeah.
Mark Sears' birthday tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
And Jay Krager's birthday Thursday.
Oh, happy birthday, Krager.
And the artist I'm working with now. Yeah. I've got to get him some layouts, but so if you're definitely going to take the, drawn in tier, then I'll put you in the corner, because we got Crooked Painter, we've got Lack, we've got Midnight herself, and then Shadowhawk. Your character, Shadowhawk. I will need some photo reference for Krager.
Oh, yeah.
Blueberry bagel is nice, yeah, but it would be better with some nice fruity cream cheese on
it. Yeah. Even just plain cream cheese. The flavored stuff kind of messes with the blueberry ones, unless you get a compatible fruit.
Mm-hmm.
I said I was going to ask you about that.
I'm really trying to get away from the bread and the sugar. What's that?
I was going to ask Carrie how she put those little stars on her cheek. How they stay in.
Oh.
Or does that go all the way through her cheek and then she got to fasten it from the inside? I don't know. Not into the whole piercing thing that much.
I just thought they were tattoos.
No, the little stars that were on her cheek.
A little red.
Yeah. I'm guessing they're pierced all the way through
the cheek. Okay.
Yeah.
I just kind of glanced through all of her pictures, I've been frustrated all day long, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, like that.
First, I had to give her a bath. Had let my towel dry. And I have more than one towel, by the way, but I was waiting for this particular towel to dry before I used it again. Um, and it was still damp from where I washed it. Um, so, that kind of delayed me getting out. And then when I did get out, it started raining and I had to go here and there and back and,
Yeah.
and got to a traffic light and one of the cars was having trouble. Always something.
Yep. Always is.
But we got her done.
Good deal.
It was nice of Katie. I never got any confirmation about coming on unless she sent it today or probably today because I kept watching the site to see if she was going to have it. She didn't have any show pre-set up, Good Morning CG. So I kept watching it. And then,
Right.
she got her first show nuked because of music.
In
the intro. And then she started up another one. I went in there and watched a little TV or whatever and was drying Abby off and whatnot and came back to see she sent me a link over on my other X account. I said, okay, well, I'm not going to pass it up. And they've been going for about 45 minutes. And yeah, I think I've been on with Leland once or twice before on different panels.
Yeah, I mean,
it's been a while.
Liam is, he's a strange little man. Very strange little man. And he still owes me 2 books.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I kind of ran a roundabout way address that. I said, we're not, I don't know. Did you hear it when I was on?
I heard some of it. I did. Yeah, I was working and lurking, so I got to hear. Yeah.
Well, I heard, I said, well, technically, you shouldn't expect anything with your contribution with crowdfunding, but it's kind of expected. And I said, I don't care unless it's as long as it's being worked on, like Shelby's Ragetality. I backed that. I was one of the last backers. It was up a few months after I backed it, but he took it down shortly after I backed it. All the hubbub about it had, he'd made the rounds and stuff and was getting ready to take it down. And on Jason Bascom's recommendation, I backed Ragetality. Well, he's had some problems, kind of like Jimmy Reyes.
Daisy, what the fuck did I just tell you?
So, he's coloring it himself, I think, kind of like Jimmy Reyes is with Ragetality, not Ragetality, but Dragon Rage. So, I think I saw you over there, Caleb, in the chat. I'm pretty sure. That's really, I mean, I was already previously subscribed. I don't know if I was subscribed or not. I followed her on X. I don't think I knew her YouTube, but I'm subscribed there, and she's got a second YouTube channel too, which is just clips that she drops, and I subscribed to that one today. But yeah, anyway, that went okay. I mean, I just said, as long as you get what's expected, I got no problem with it. I just kind of gave my opinion about it. I'm willing to wait, like Katie did. She probably backs a lot more than I do. She says, kind of like Shadowhawk, he's got stuff coming in the mail all the time. She does too, different projects. Mine's few and far between.
Oh, sure.
I kind of get really miffed though at people that if I could get back into my correct X account, I would tell this one person, just refund me the money. I don't expect it till after Christmas. Really don't want to say refund the money, but it's been since September 9th, and he's already got the book and box and everything else printed. He says he's had zero opportunity to send it.
Oh,
I just come on. I'm busy, but I'm not that busy. You must be really busy. Can you not pay somebody to go to the post office for you? Something. Hell, come on. September 9th, that's a long time. And especially already printed. And I did it because he came on the show and seemed like a good value. And but I'm very chintzy with my money. I can't, because I generally don't have any. Gable Penny Shop in the name and shame. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to name and shame yet, Gable, but I will be hitting you up. I need to nuke a account, and I need to get into my other account. I've got Roland Man, sending me links and stuff to, a couple things I need to check on, and I'm in the wrong account. I'm going to nuke that account, but I got to figure out how to nuke it.
Yeah, just don't nuke the wrong one.
And also, I want my Indiegogo so that I can get the rest of my stuff from Ethan, because I do want my 7-inch tail, Salamandroid. And I do want my
have you sent any emails yet?
My J League. I think that's all he owes me. I actually talked to him on X. He never responded. So, and I've got to have my history to prove anything, and it's not showing on my history. So we've been down that road before. I'll get it. We'll somehow come up with it. Something's got to be there, because I don't want any problems with Pineapple Perception when it comes in, because I back that like heavily 4 or 5 times, like you did.
Yeah.
And I want everything I order. If I'm waiting this long, I want everything I order.
Yeah, for sure. And it's been quite a week.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. Life happens, like in Ragetality, or, probably with Luke Stone when he had COVID, or Oddity. There was some stuff going on there, I guess. I don't know about Oddity. But I know it was like 2 years coming, something like that.
Right.
I think I backed it like after it had already been out a year. They didn't have the Ethan variant. So I took what they got. I think, except for Death Strike or whatever it was called, book, and he said he checked both. He wanted proof. He wanted a screenshot of my backing, which I didn't have. I mean, if I do get that proof, I will send it to him and say, now, where is my damn book? And I want that variant cover. Or give me a refund. That'll do too. I'll back somebody that because I'm not going to back 2, because of the way, if you can't spare a book for a reader, I'm not going to back you another time, because I did back you. I've got it written down. I just don't have the proof because it's not showing me all my.
Right, on your Indiegogo.
And I don't know if he checked on that. He said both of the emails didn't work. I don't know. I did it on emails. I don't know what else I could have set up for it, so one of us is wrong about it.
Yeah, well, you need to get a hold of Indiegogo and straighten that out.
Right. Yeah, I waited. I mean, I kept waiting, knowing very patiently that Ethan has a lot going on. And, I did get most of my order. And then I thought, oh, I hope this isn't all it, I'm thinking I'm the only satisfied 50% of the time. How about that Inco T-shirt? Yeah. Well, I bought 2 of those. I mean, if you change the design, I think you ought to tell the backers. That's my only criticism to that. I guess it's dealer's choice. He thought had a little bit more action to it, but it changed the character. It did. It just changed. That's not what I ordered, but it's still 2 of my favorite shirts. I still like it, but I wish I had the original design. I mean, that's $80+ for T-shirts.
Yep.
When you spend that much, you want it to be what you ordered, not some other variant of the thing, that doesn't look like the original. I like the original character and design so much. I backed it. I don't do that very often. So when I got it, yes, RT Bear, I was a little bit, but I don't blame him. Opened a can of worms with that one. Yeah. Homer, you weren't in here. I did mail your ash can today, and you have a head sketch I put in there with your other stuff. That was kind of afterthought and said, oh, well, while I'm sending that out, but I had to get one that was already scanned because I've got others. I wanted to get them all scanned before I send them out to people. But I sent you a pretty good one. It's actually got a head and a hand in it.
Gable, you got 50 projects started, buddy. He says he's only
I didn't know if he was talking about sex or his backing or what. I mean, when he said
I think he was
only
talking about
50% of the time, I thought he might have been talking
about I believe the context was books.
Crowdfunding was a mistake. Oh. Well, I mean, I hope not. I didn't want to believe 50%. Read the message above, and that I felt like, yeah. Maybe. I mean, we all kind of got swept up in it, and I think things kind of tampered down, and I mean, people are still backing, I think, at a good level.
I've gotten 99% of my stuff, maybe 98 if you count. I'm still waiting on Frega, and Liam never sent me the 2 times I backed him.
Yeah.
So, but out of 500 backings, only 2 that I've been disappointed with. Well, 3 because whatchamacallit? What the hell's the name of that other one? Samurai Sasquatch or whatever we've been waiting on forever. Something Sasquatch. I don't know. That one's it's way late. Doubt if it's ever coming out.
Yeah, Shinobi I just had to wait till the money came over, to clear to send it off. Money be tight right now, Read my book, so 50% of it's still right for me. Laugh out loud. I've gotten all but 3. Gable Penny Shot says, I don't know what. But he's talking about like story wise.
Oh, okay. He's talking about
he's only 50%.
Right.
Product.
And I mean, I just haven't time.
I haven't read it, and you're like, what's that?
Yeah. I got a lot of catching up to do on backings because I just back so much shit I don't have time to read it all.
Yeah. Oh, it's kind of a happy surprise when you see one in the mail. Caleb says, I got at least 2 or 3 that I don't think are ever being made. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Arcathena, what was Demon? What was that? We even bought the card set Shadow Hawk.
Oh yeah.
From Brain Cage.
Yeah.
Demon. Gun.
What was it? Gun Demon? Gun Demon, I think it was.
Gun Demon, Arcathena, but
yeah, and Shinobi Sasquatch,
and then we'll eventually come out with that. I think they're the only one. I mean, I backed, like over on Indiegogo, I backed the hardback edition to Aztec Ace, which was Eclipse Comics, first came out in 1983 and ran for 15 issues. They were combining it all into a hardback or whatever. I backed the highest tier on that. It was only about $50, $60. But that has been suspended for a long time. How long do they need to review this shit?
Yeah,
that's just a reprint book from a main creator. I don't know what the difficulty, unless they, and if they ran into some legal problems with it, why not send out notifications to people backers?
Well, I mean, unfortunately, that's the thing with crowdfunding, right? You're not guaranteed anything. So if the asshole decides to just cut and run with the money, luckily, I haven't had that happen much, but
he may have.
Yeah, well, I mean, dude, I'm starting to wonder about Frege if he's ever gonna put that out. I'm about $400 deep on that campaign.
I'm probably that deep in it. Well, I don't know if I'm that deep in it, but I backed him 4 or 5 times. I've got it written down somewhere. Hashtag customer rights, Gable says. Yeah, I mean, I think with Ethan having recommended, I think eventually Frege will come out with this book eventually, but it'll be on his time. Now I don't know.
It might be 5 fucking years the rate he's going.
Well, I mean, he's going to have some cash to fulfill, and all the printing of all that he sold and all the shipping of all that's going to cost him.
Yeah.
If he ain't got that on hand,
Dan ain't depending on that money to live off.
To cough up, even though initially I think the campaign did 216,000, something like that.
Right. He made a lot of money, but you got to understand too, Frege was never canceled. He still works in Hollywood. Yeah. He still does all the storyboarding and all that shit. So it's not like he's relying on Pineapple Perception to live.
Right. Right. Yeah.
But that's what pisses me off.
Well, if that's your baby and that's what you want to do. All I can say is Cecil did it. And there were people complaining that he actually did. I couldn't believe that. I'm like, look, this isn't a charity, but everybody was like, oh, for a joke. Yeah, I'll back him. And not me. I want my book. I got my book. I got my t-shirt. I'm happy. I'm glad he come out with it, and you enjoyed it. You enjoyed the Dirtworm Doug book.
Oh, yeah, I like them all.
I didn't get that one, great. But I got the main book. I got the John Malin. I got the John Malin Centipede cover.
Yeah,
so that was worth it. I wanted that. Well, he might have used it to buy himself a new house. I don't know.
Okay, Gable. Has he
know that he moved?
Has he been refunding people?
Wasn't it the new house that flooded? Wasn't it the new house that flooded in the basement?
Yeah, he had just moved. Yeah, he had just moved
not
into
just water, but like sludge or mud. Yeah.
Yeah, it was not good.
Some people might call that karma. I don't.
No, but I mean, if he's still giving out refunds if people want them, then it can't really fault him. I mean, I'm not asking for a refund. I want the damn books that I bought, But that's just me. I was overjoyed that Frege was back in comics. He'd been out for a while.
He's still giving refund Shadow. Yeah, I mean, maybe at this point I need to ask for a refund because I could really use that much money. Yeah,
I mean, extra $400 around this time of year
to pay a few artists. I know.
Yeah, well, especially with Christmas. It's always nice to have a little extra cash.
But again, I don't have any proof.
Right,
if they do start fulfilling in 5 years or whatever,
which
I know
you
I've
better
got to
get
get
on
that
it.
sorted out because I've got a
Yeah.
chunk of money in Fragga, you know.
Well, yeah, probably in some other
And
stuff
you know, it
too.
was spent in the spirit of welcoming Fragga and a lot of recommendation from Ethan, and you know, and
Oh
it
yeah.
was that free Trump money and all that, even though it's not really free, you know. We paid for every cent of that. It was given back to us. I guarantee you more than 10 times over. First, it was his
Yeah,
new house when he
it's been
had
a
his neck surgery and
mm.
whatever it was.
And then he had, what was it, the gallstone or bladder stones or whatever that he was having issues with.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't want a refund from Frank. Much rather have the book. You know,
Well,
I back,
after a time,
what was it,
Shadow Hawk,
the
you
all
know,
in
the
box.
excuse is that I just want it to be the best that it can be. I'm doing the best work of my life, you know, and it's
I know.
still taking me 5 years. Maybe if that's what you want your opus to be, if you want like Death, to spend 2 years on a very detailed book and everything, and you know, I know there for a time he was having trouble with his hands and actually drawing and stuff like that. I understand that,
Ah,
but there comes a time where you have to cut it off and say, look, okay, um, you know, I need to get this thing delivered and out, you know, and if the latter part is not as great as the first part, then I don't know. Because what if Fragga passes away? Oh, act of God, and we're just out everything. Went to a good cause, you know, the burial and his wife, I guess, which is fine. I mean, you know, life happens, you know, but yeah, there comes a time when you're going, yeah, this is going a little too long. I'm, you know, and yes, you can always point to something, you know, um, but yeah, I probably wouldn't crowdfund after this because you're going to take a hit and people are going to remark that, you know, which, you know, I'm really surprised because Fragga worked it, you know, because I mean, he was stuck at like 53,000 for a long time. He couldn't get over the hump. He finally made 100,000. I was really surprised he went over 200,000. Welcome
sorry
back,
about that.
Shadowhawk.
Hit the wrong button.
Yeah, I was just surprised. I was just saying that. I mean, because Fragga, I can remember he kind of went up to like 53,000 or something. And he was there for a while with no movement, hardly at all. And then maybe he was shilling it more, whatever. I was really surprised that campaign wound up. And I think it was because he kept adding stuff to the campaign. I don't know. You know, Fragga is working on his book. I saw all the pencils and layouts,
Okay.
Marcus Bruce says. Yeah, I know he's working on it.
Hold
And I
on.
know it's detailed stuff, you know. And I'm like you, Shadow, you know, it's like I didn't back it to get a refund, you know. As tempting as that is. You know, I want to see his product. I want to read the multiple books I bought or whatever, and you know, collect them and the shot glasses and T-shirts and all like that. I thought that was one mistake that he made on the campaign. You know, that he ended that tier too early because I was going to back it again. That was like $85 with the I forget what all was in there. I think it may be a maybe a cap and a T-shirt or shot glasses. And I know Death Metal Hero, he backed that tier as well. I'm sure Shadowhawk did as well. I mean, if I want to tie my money up, you know, there's other ways I can tie my money up. You know, comics is generally I want the book, you know.
Right.
But
Well, on
now
the
if
bright
you've
side,
already got the book printed and you're not sending it out, and your excuse is I've had 0 opportunities. Come on.
hell, you might as well
September
just
9th.
drop the name, Rex. Well, look at here. On the bright side of crowdfunding.
No, I'm not going to.
Again, on the bright side, look what came in my
Get
mail
something in the
today.
mail, did you?
Yeah, the Buckler Canadian Tussle.
So we got
Our good friend,
Canadian
Mr.
Tussle. Whoa, look at that black sensitive cover.
Mr. Dillard. Yeah, I went with the variant on it. I like it. So I haven't got to read it yet. I just unboxed it, but I will let you know how it turns out. But I love I love Dillard's cartoony style, man. When he does the cartoony stuff, it's really good. I mean, he's good at everything, but I love his cartoony shit.
Were you didn't back Riff Riders? That was his cartoony style.
Yeah. And who was editing that book?
Yeah, he's not going to go there. Yeah, I know. Piper. Is Dillard's home all sorted out now? For the most part, from the flood damage.
Oh, and
yeah.
I mean, not wanting to speak out of turn or anything, but you notice old Piper is suddenly missing from the CG slums lately. She hasn't been involved in quite a while. Haven't seen her around.
Oh, really?
Pissed off another group of people.
Says, Anthony Romano might, I mean, yeah, you could probably buy it for afterwards. I mean, I bought his Buckler. Now I didn't get a discount. I paid pretty hefty for that and the supplement.
I would guess he's still got something available, Omer. Yeah, I would either contact Dillard, shoot him a DM, or Anthony Dark Gift, ask him if he's got any left.
Marcus Killigrew is working on his own artwork as well. I see him posting.
Oh yeah, I see Mark posting. Damn spam callers.
Posting all the time, yeah, indeed. Yeah.
He's really pretty good too. Some of the stuff that I've seen in it is quite nice. Yeah, the campaign's
Buckler
closed.
on the Indiegogo says campaign closed. Yeah, that's Buckler.
That's original Buckler.
Buckler, this is Canadian Tussle that was on
Canadian. Yes.
Tussle. Yeah. Yeah, I guess we should talk about the Bogg supplement and Midnight in the Roustabouts comic/pulp, since I've got it up in the title,
I suppose, yeah.
Bogg supplement, at least an 8-page story. I might, I can, weight-wise, I can print up to probably 12-page story. But, it'll come out to what it comes out to,
Right. I mean, I wouldn't
make no promises about that at this point.
Just see how the story turns out and how many pages it's going to take. There's no reason to try to,
and then the rest of it will be like sort of Bogg. Yeah, the rest of it will be like already produced artwork, and most of it's scanned as well at the printer. So, we just need to design it out on the page and present it.
Kind of a Bogg gallery with a Bogg short story, and that's perfect for a supplemental.
Now, Midnight in the Roustabouts is going to be a 2-page, the drawn interior, done by Jay Kreger, and like I was saying, I was going to do like little dream catchers up in the corner or something, Indian motif. Or, at first I was thinking like badges, like a sheriff's badge, just with the circular image of the character, in there. Of course, Midnight's the main character is going to be up in the top right, left-hand corner. And then the 2 drawn in people. And then I guess you, Shadowhawk. So that takes care of the 4 spots there. But we still have room if you want to pay $175. I think it is on the it says cameo on the campaign, but it's a permanent character. Now, if you want your character killed off, we can kill him off in the 2-page spread. There's, a lot of people like like to die. You don't know why? They pay to get put in a comic being killed. You'd probably be shot, it being midnight.
Ooh, we could make somebody the first victim of the battle breaker.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know that she would be pitching a brick at them, but
no, I'm just saying randomly out of the sky.
If somebody requests that, I will do it. Okay. If you want to die by the battle brick, we can be. You can be Battle Brick's first kill. Absolutely. Also closed. Yeah, it's also closed. The Canadian Tussle. They closed it.
Yeah, like I said, best
Anthony from Target Comics killed it.
Yeah. Oh. And I don't know that how Dillard printed it. I doubt if it was print on demand. So he probably got a few extras laying around.
Yeah, probably. I mean, you could probably hit up Dillard or Anthony with that, and see. Anthony may have the books right now.
Yeah, he's doing the fulfilling, so I'd imagine I would talk to. Yeah, I'd probably talk to Anthony first because my book came from his address. So
yeah, he's the one. Right. And Dillard's had the pages turned into him for a while. I asked him behind the scenes months ago about it. Because I knew it seemed like a lengthy fulfillment. For a short campaign. Yeah, I mean, he ran it on Fund My Comic. Remember when it was the highest fund over there, about 2,000, 2,600 or 2,500, something like that.
Yeah.
In the first week or so.
Gable, I think Anthony is fulfilling.
That was the first real big campaign over there.
Yes. Anyway, Gable, I think Dark Gift is fulfilling Canadian Tussle now. I just got mine today. So.
Yeah, Dark Gift fulfilled it. Yeah. That's what Dillard told me months ago. That he had already turned in all the artwork and everything to it. And
I like
well, usually his stuff does, right?
Yeah. But
another call from the hail. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I got in the back. He slipped in one of Doc's Bishop investigation cards. The one that's got a message and stuff. You can actually call, leave it a message. But what I didn't notice was cool. That it's 442A Cook Street, right? And you remember Sherlock Holmes was 224B Baker Street. So they kind of So they made a little play instead of Baker Cook, and instead of 224, it's 442. So interesting.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
I don't know if a lot of people will catch that.
Genius enough to figure that out.
Only because I'm a huge Sherlock Holmes fan. I'm sure a lot of people.
Yeah, I've actually got his complete works in there. I've never read it, but I've got it.
Well, if you never read them,
anyway, I guess
having them don't matter.
I know. I'll sit down and I'll read it at one time, because he is public domain. I can use him,
Rex, you're going to be like Burgess Meredith on the Twilight Zone.
Right, I broke my glasses.
Yeah, I had to chime. I finally had the dump time.
I've got the.
That's still one of the best.
Omer says I'm cooking at the moment, but I wanted to say, in regards to the earlier topic, that dudes has the books and I hasn't shipped them out.
Yeah, exactly.
He can't be bothered. I call BS. Sounds like he ran out of money for shipping. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, I mean, I paid him ample amount, for whatever. I mean, and
Yeah, well, I
he
backed him
said
at
that
the highest
some other
level.
people like International something. And,
luckily, I got mine, but
yeah,
I
you
don't know.
got yours, but you did it when he was kind of fulfilling everybody else. It's the stragglers like me that are
Right.
jumping on it late that seem to be getting stuck.
That's no excuse, though.
It's
I mean,
always almost
if you
always
don't
about.
have if you don't have
I
the
know,
money to
yeah.
ship
And
anymore, I
at
mean,
Christmas time, I could probably ask for a refund. I'm probably not going to get it.
right? Yeah. At
So
this
why
point,
not just make his life a living hell and keep hitting it up for the book? Hey, when's this shipping out? When's it going to ship out? When's it going to ship out? Come on. Hey. It's been September 9th since I'm back.
get him, Rick.
And you already had them printed up. There's no excuse.
Get him.
Dig deep, dig deep. Find $10 to ship the damn thing or whatever, and he did the put off thing like, well, I'll send you an extra book. Yeah, I ain't got it. I'd be happy with just the one I ordered. I'm not asking for anything extra. Just send it to me, And I mean, I wasn't that hot about the project anyway. I thought it was a good value. If he was going to, because he had the boxes printed up. There's a hint at who it was. He had the boxes. Everybody that backed the book gets a box. And I thought, okay, that's, to get another box and give his book a try and a read. And, I like it. Maybe it doesn't look like it's my jam, but I, might read it and might not. I mean, there's some that are definitely on my short list to read that I haven't read yet. So that at that point he's getting money paid for shipping on new orders. Well, yeah, I mean, you pay for shipping and what you're buying. So yeah, he's getting that money for shipping. And if you can't, for $35, I think was the contribution. If you can't ship it for $35, then you something wrong.
Yeah, crazy.
I get it. You got a family, you got a crisis, but then get back to it,
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I haven't talked to him in quite a while. I don't think he's been streaming lately either, though. He hasn't been on air in quite a while.
But and I get it. I'm also taking his youthfulness into account, Shadowhawk. Just be honest and upfront.
That's
say, I would rather just a pat answer. I'll get it to you as soon as I can. Not this. I'll send an extra book. I've had zero opportunity. Excuse.
Well, it would be
bullshit.
Even better is don't make any excuses. Send out a couple of extra things with the book and make the buyer happy. Without making excuses and all this other
make the buyer happy, right? I mean,
just do it right to start with.
I mean, some have went far and way beyond.
Oh, dude, I've gotten plenty of
Vox. I mean, he came out with a whole second issue and gave it away for free, and he wasn't that far behind. But I mean, with some pushing from Ethan and I don't know, it did 50,000, I think. Man, you give me 50,000, I'm going to send you some extra stuff too. Shoot, I'm doing that anyway. Once you get if you back my project, you are a charter member. It won't, not the zero issue coming up, not midnight. It's got to be this campaign or the last one, the Ash Can. If you back the Ash Can, you're a charter member. I've got her working on the sketch cards now. I think she's got those done. I'll check on that. The weather's been bad. I just had too much to do today to do it. But, and I don't like to get out artwork. I've got to take some stuff when it's raining. Don't want it to get wet. I did double bag your order, Omer, just like I did everybody else's. And I didn't have any complaints. That way, if it gets dipped in water, like Tree Goblin says, it's probably not going to get wet. So it's protected by some plastic.
And hail Eastland, good to see you, dude.
And that was an afterthought too. But, that's the only way to do it is ship it safe. I will not be fulfilling this campaign. As you know, RJ Critical Blast will be fulfilling this campaign. But first, we got to renew the campaign. I will be contacting some artists today. I've had zero opportunity to do so, but after the stream, I will be contacting some artists. I've still got some artwork to come in and then have it scanned and put up on the campaign. I won't name names, but I've got still art out there that's owed me, And I've got artists waiting on me too, like Jake Rigger. He's waiting on my double page layout.
Right.
Russ Leach is waiting on a layout for the cover to Midnight and the Roustabouts, and then also I'm going to have him do a cover for the Bogg supplement.
Sorry, I was muted there for a second. Yeah, that's cool.
Promises are kept first, we hope. Fishing for new money.
Yeah.
My Ponzi scheme is 100% fraud by definition. Absolutely. And I want to get this book out for everybody, but especially Gable Pennyshot, because he paid me one of the greatest compliments, that you could probably pay a creator, that the Bogg story, and I've increased on that, as much for him as everybody else. With artwork by me and Rob Ewing. His origin, and this will actually, I can leap right into, having Rob do some more pages, on the origin and finish it up all in one in the supplement, always ask yourself, what would Gable do? Yeah. A Ponzi scheme
WWGD
definition as new contributors of paying for old promised goods or delivered costs. The old contributors and investors are not getting what they were promised. Not saying this is fraud. Yeah, well, it is fraud. In a way,
definitely is.
But if you're a person of integrity, you'll deliver, and you'll deliver in a timely fashion, or you'll die trying, the way I look at it. You want people to be satisfied. I mean, at this point, some of these creators that are like, now maybe some of the bigger ones, people, but I still say that it's probably hurt their brand, that you're not going to have as many return customers.
No, I mean, and that's all
and
part of it.
It's chipping away at the good, it's chipping away at the good humor and nature of your backers, when you keep them waiting.
Exactly.
And you may be updating, but you're, and I get it, I'm doing the best work of my life, and I wanted this to be, and these should be big events, fine, but don't don't put out gazillion other campaigns and expect, again, that's one reason.
Again, I'm not one of the people that's complaining about
other people.
Yeah, but I mean, and me, I don't complain about late books at all, as long as you're updating the campaign and you're not just making up bullshit excuses when you're updating the campaign. As long as you stay in contact with your backers, then I got no problem waiting. It's when you disappear that's when I start to worry.
Yeah. And that's happened, for a time, even with like Camel Moon, he kind of disappeared for a little, or was kind of not streaming as much. He didn't totally disappear. But
and lately,
some people do need to step away.
Yeah, lately he's been totally gone. He might still stream with Bancroft.
Well, Burp Holder, it's kind of like I had somebody coming after me, and they were actually with intent to kill me. at one point, or have other people kill me. You know, that's how serious this was. It was dealing with witchcraft and everything, bad witchcraft. And I
Yeah,
had a
Gable.
whole covenant of
Exactly.
witches after me, actually, one time. You laughed, but it wasn't funny at the time.
I'm laughing at what
My
Gable said in
life
the
was in
chat.
danger, but Lord
I was not
protected me.
laughing at you. I was laughing at what Gable said in the
Oh,
chat.
okay. Okay. Just good timing then, I guess. So anyway,
I laugh at you too,
I
but
asked
just not that
God,
time.
I said, and I kind of figured very seldom. Anyway, I figured this out for myself. You know, is this person doing this out of ignorance or intentionally? And my answer was that I figured out was it doesn't matter if it's intentional or out of ignorance. It's still being done to you.
Right, exactly.
So, you know, you can parse words and say fraud, not fraud, intentional, unintentional, you know. Anyway, did someone
Well,
try to
that's a
witchcraft
bad
you,
faith criticism. It is.
my craft, huh?
I
Say
said
that
that's
again.
just bad faith criticism. It is. It is. Never mind, Rex. That one probably went over your head.
When creditors disappear, I call that the tank effect. Yeah. What it really comes down to is making books is expensive. Most campaigns don't get nowhere near the amount needed to fulfill them. Right. You know,
Right, and
and
a lot of that is
even though I
ignorance.
wasn't that. Mhm.
I mean, you gotta really figure out what your production costs are gonna be, what your shipping costs is gonna be, what it's gonna cost you to make this book and get it to the people you promised it to. You know, and if you're doing a 48, 64-page book or whatever, it's probably gonna be minimum 10 grand that you gotta shell out before that campaign ever makes it, maybe more, depending on how what level of artist and colorist and what have you you're using. So
Yeah.
it's not cheap to make
Well,
an indie comic book. Everybody thinks, oh, I could do this. It's cheap, and not really. You got to
no,
pay a bunch of fucking people. I mean, if you're doing everything yourself, then yeah, okay.
it's different, and your time is worth money. I mean, you know, like Apex Comics, I guarantee you, he didn't do 56 pages of Fembat just overnight. It took him months and months and months to do
Oh
that.
yeah.
You know, um,
Yeah. I mean, you invest your time, your effort, your imagination, everything into these things, and sometimes it works out, sometimes it don't. You know.
yeah.
But yeah, I
Sometimes you
just
feel
wish
like a nut, sometimes you don't.
it would just be really nice if everybody could fulfill their shit so that we didn't have to worry about this part of crowdfunding anymore, but whatever.
That's
I
true. I mean,
committed.
you're always going to have some, you know, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, well, I mean, I committed to the risk way back when I decided I was going to, back the shit out of these things. And like I said, luckily, I've only had
Yeah.
2, 3, that I've given up on, and I've still got a couple that are out there floating around, just late as hell. But like you said, I think Frego will eventually fulfill. Shinobi Sasquatch, that's a whole nother question. I don't know if he's ever going to get that done or not. So, and then Liam, he still owes me 2 books, and I'm not contacting him
Market
again.
with other parts of crowd. Yeah.
Yes, he's done.
So who's got Shinobi Sasquatch again? Who was that?
Ah, God, I'm trying to think of his name offhand. It's not Rob Hunter, is it? Because Rob Willis is doing that stuff. It might be Rob Hunter. I can't think of his name right offhand. But the crazy thing was, he
What
put
was that
a
one book? It was really the highest crowd funded book at one time, 600 some $1,000. It was Icarus. You remember
oh yeah,
Icarus up on
yep,
Indiegogo?
I don't
did
think
over
they ever fulfilled.
$600,000 and never came out.
Yeah, I don't think they ever fulfilled that.
No
Which,
excuse. If somebody gives you, I mean, yeah, you should trust a few hundred as much as a few 100,000 or a few million, just the same way. But
right.
really, that is, if you're going to get like over $500,000, and you still can't fulfill, you're pretty deadbeat in my book.
Well, dude, I think guys like that came in there knowing they had no plan to fulfill. They were just putting a project out there, making it look as good as they can so
Yeah.
they can make a bunch of money. And with Indiegogo and Kickstarter and shit, you never have to fucking actually produce anything and you still get your money. So, I mean, we got to come up with some
Yeah.
way to
But
fix
then
that element.
you got damn legal. He,
Dude's fucking
can't
fighting
be on
cancer and trying to
Indiegogo.
finish
It's
his
under
book.
review, and he's actually producing stuff and trying to meet, their requirements. But they're so damn strict about the requirements.
Well,
And he's
dude,
got
and he's
proof of his health issues,
yeah, dude's fighting cancer and he's still working on his book. I mean, so, sorry, but kidney stones
Yeah,
don't quite rate that fucking high in my book.
right. He's made
Hell,
the
we lost Andy.
Viewmasters. You know, he's tried to meet the requirements, and he's still on suspension or under review, and
Oh, thanks,
there's a
Marcus. Okay, that's
creator actually
definitely.
trying. I mean, Goblin Girl is still being colored, because, after topic lists, sometimes they're, I mean, I think Billy's doing that. Billy's been working on Goblin Girl, the colors of Goblin Girl. He shows us nearly every week behind the scenes the progress. I know Ink Spots right now, if he hasn't already finished it, is working on an Atlantean cover for Russ Leach. Coloring it, and it looks dope as hell. It's got a dragon on it, and it looks dope as
Yeah,
hell.
yeah.
You're gonna really love that
Yeah,
cover
so I
when
understand
it gets.
they're very painful, but at the same time, it's a little bit different than fighting, stage 3 cancer or whatever. So I'm sorry, but I'm not
Yeah,
gonna give you as much
and
leeway just because you got a
he's
couple of
in
kidney
his
stones.
how many rounds of it? Yeah,
He just put out
yeah. Now, I mean,
I think it was yesterday. He said it was round 6 this time around. So
wow. Yeah, and
sad.
I'm sorry. I guess I'm going to die of cancer like George Perez. I'm not taking chemo myself personally. I won't. I'll go
No,
to
fuck all that.
other alternatives. I think he got some bad advice or whatever. He didn't go see the doctor soon enough, and it was already in an advanced stage, and they feel like they have to treat that pretty
Right.
aggressive. I get that. After the first round, though, I'm doing something else, or all along I'm doing as much as I can. And at that, my neighbor still dealing with cancer herself, and she eats ultra healthy too. Turned me on to some stuff, so I get it. We all have to take our own health into uh, our own hands, though. I think.
Yeah. And I'm
Um,
sure,
and I
that
just wish we didn't
nobody for
poison our radiation.
yeah, I'm sure nobody, foresaw the health issues coming when they were, selling the book and shilling the book and, crowdfunding it. I understand
Yeah.
health issues can cause major, setbacks for people. But again, just be honest with your backers, keep them up to date, and if you got to give them a refund, just refund them. Don't fight them on it. The customer's
And
always
I feel
fucking
like
right.
that was a few malcontents that didn't like Dan that just complained to Indiegogo. And it's just been a hassle ever since. And now that
Mm,
people, after he got the Viewmasters made and was showing people, they were like, how do we back? How do we back? And they can't back, unless he
yeah,
goes over to another platform, which, I suggested heavily he go over to Fund My Comic,
yeah.
with a second chance or something else.
Yeah, I think it
I
would
mean,
be a
he's
good
kind of
idea
in the
for him.
same boat as Cecil.
Yeah, he's got no choice now because Indiegogo kind of fucked him. So, I mean,
Yeah.
and I know Cecil's a little disappointed, but a lot of people aren't real familiar with Fun My Comic yet. Um, of course, you always have the little infighting
Yeah.
with different groups.
But then
So
you
there's people.
watch them crowd in after Ethan.
Oh, sure. Well, you watch them crowd in
After
after
Ethan does a campaign over there, you
Cecil's.
watch
I
them
guarantee
crowd
you, Cecil's going to hit 100,000 before this thing is over.
in.
He'll probably be our first six figures
Hey, if
campaign on.
Braga can over time like he did, because I really didn't think he would hit 100,000 for a long time. I mean, that was one that just took off good, but I mean, wasn't doing even 100,000 six figures for a long time. It was a struggle. And then for him to do over 200,000, he worked it. I know he went on shows shilling it and stuff, but
Oh
and
yeah,
people
yeah.
bought into it more than once. And I know he got in on that free money, but given out by the
Yeah.
government at the time, but still.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, it was definitely easier
Fraga
to.
doing that first Fragtober gave him a ton of CT cred. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't even think he did Fragtober this year.
But Pineapple Perception comes in the mail today. Are you going to back him again? Some people will. There'll be a lot sit back and go, I'm sorry, but I just can't wait 3 years on a book or more, whatever. And that's their prerogative. I mean, nothing personal. It doesn't have to be personal,
Well, I'll
It's
put it
just
to
a
you this way:
business.
the only person I'm willing to wait on that long, and knowing I'm still going to be happy is Ethan. Anybody else that takes that long, I don't know if
Yeah.
I'm still going to be happy or not, and I certainly don't know if if I'm not just bowled over with the project when it finally does come out, then I probably won't end up backing you again. You know, so don't use the excuse
Yeah.
of
I
I'm
don't
trying
think
to
he'll
make it
do another
the best
campaign
I can
either,
be.
Gable.
No, I don't know. I think
Yeah, I
Fraga's
mean,
going
I
to try
get
to.
that. They want to put quality in the book. I kind of get that, but um, if you're that late again, I think it hurts your brand. And I wouldn't want to put another one out because people would see very realistically how much your brand was hurt by being extremely late with the book and not very forthcoming with updates and stuff.
Well, I
I think
guarantee
at
you, if
that
he
point
does,
it
if he
really
does
would
do a
be
second book, yeah, I mean, if he does do a second book when he finally gets the first one out, I I think he's going to make half as much money, if not less. If he hit 100,000 on
yeah.
Pineapple number
Well, like
two,
I
if it,
said, I was surprised he made 100,000. I was blown away that he made over 200,000. But he worked it.
yeah,
I saw him on channels and stuff, and he got,
oh,
you know, he got support, and he was doing Fragtober, like, you know,
hmm
um,
and
I've
there were
been
more
seeing all of
drawing
Braga's
schemes.
layouts and pins. Market says, yeah. I've got nothing personal against Fraga whatsoever. I know I hobnob with
All right,
friends of
Marcus,
his. Will's a good friend of his. You know,
since you're behind the scenes, brother, when do you think this thing's going to come
you
out?
know,
Next year? 2 years? You got inside
I don't
info,
think it'll take
Marcus.
another 2 years, but
Help us
yeah.
out here. Give us hope for the future.
I know it was later 2022 when I backed Pineapple Perception. That's when the campaign was running.
Yeah. So it's been
So
two going
it's
on
been
almost.
2 years. So it's not been 3 years.
No,
It's going
dude, I
on three
backed.
years. I mean, it's not
That's
quite.
what I'm saying. It's not quite 3 years yet, but it's getting there.
It's on the road to 3 years. Yeah, at this point, but it's not near 3 years. Yeah. Because it was light or mid light, I think. I've still got the link for Pineapple Perception. I'm pretty sure. Marcus doesn't have a wrench. Oh, how did I miss that, Marcus? Oh, well, thanks for telling me, Gary. We'll
that's awesome
rectify
news.
that right now. I can't
That's
believe
awesome
Marcus
news, Marcus. If you know, I mean, we're almost in 2025 already. So if Brega's going to get done next year, that's great. But again, like I said, I hope it blows me the fuck away because I don't know if I'm going to back him again.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm not seriously impressed with everything,
I really don't think he'll have another crowdfunder. He might.
He might. I don't know. I think
Well, that would be cool.
I think he may just get this one out and fulfilled and then just say F it and go back to Hollywood because it's easier for him. All he's got to do is storyboards, you know? Right. Fuck! I just kicked myself again. God.
I don't know that Rainbow the Brute's going on almost 5 years. I mean, he's probably been talking about it since then, but, you know, I don't think it's been 5 years. I know it hasn't been 5 years. Omer, I don't know where you get that at. Because Rainbow the Brute was being talked about probably in late 2022, maybe, you know. But I mean, he hadn't started it. He hadn't launched the campaign yet. I'd have to look at Rainbow the Brute, the campaign. It's 4 years in, Rex? Really? I mean, so that's over on Indiegogo. Somebody give me the link to Rainbow the Brute, if you would. You've all got wrenches, you know. Find me the link for Rainbow the Brute. We'll take a look at it. We'll see when it ended. Waving at Rex through the screen. Hey, Burkholder. You know, and it's not that I doubt you, Homer, but I don't think it's been up that long. You know, you like my shirt? Everybody liked that. Once I showed it to them at the party, I'll just do a little shield, you know, for people that don't know. You get a free head sketch. Now this is just done online. So this isn't, I won't give this to although I think that's a good one. You know, 4x6, multimedia paper. I bought, I got to get back and develop this character. I didn't even name her on the back, but I have a name for her. Don't do many female characters. Somebody said, do you like to draw the monsters? Yeah, the monsters are fun, you know. Yeah. And I don't know if my camera's doing right. Frag is still working in Hollywood. Yeah, we knew that. Now this kind of has shoulder, arm, chest, whatever. It's more than a head sketch. So, you know. Omer, I sent you a hand though, a hand and head. So, but most of them are just going to be head sketches, you know, head and shoulders. Nobody wants to. Okay, Indiegogo, Ethan, Rainbow the Bird. Okay, thank you.
Ahoy. What I mean?
How long's Rainbow the Brute been out, Shadowhawk? Omer says 4 years. Or, you know,
4
going
years?
on 5.
I don't think it's that long yet. It might be it's probably going on 3 though.
Well, we'll see when the campaign ended. Or I mean, the campaign's still going on, right? Or yeah, I mean, it ends after 60 days.
Yeah, I think it's just in demand though. But Ethan's been adding a lot of stuff to that too. He added all the little unicorn toys, and, you know, the rainbow the Brute figure.
All right. Well, January Okay, so it ended on January 29th, 2021.
Yeah. So
So,
that's going on. Yeah, going on 4 years.
okay, so it'll go 4 years come at the end of January. So not
Yep.
quite 4 years, but almost. About a month away from, or a little over a month away from 4 years.
But again,
I didn't.
people are
I
going to
thought
talk
he
shit
launched
about
that
Ethan.
after Wreck Planet. I really did. I thought he launched that at Wreck Planet. I really didn't think that he had Rainbow the Brute in 2021, but apparently he was already working on pages and showing that off and concept stuff,
Yeah,
and was talking
I don't.
about it early on. I know, but I
I mean,
didn't
that
know
was
that he
another.
already launched it.
But that was another one of these campaigns that started like Elephant or uh, Black Riding Hood. It was a joke in the chat to start with. It was just
Mhm.
like, wouldn't it be fun to fucking make fun of little girls' toys and make them all manly and shit? And Ethan got
Right.
basically coerced
Like
into it by
Munchie
the
Cheese.
fans. They're like, yeah, let's do it. I was too. I was like, yeah, do it. But I mean, and he can draw Rainbow the Brute a lot faster than Cyberfrog, but everybody's been bitching. They got to get Cyberfrog. So he's working on that and,
Right.
you know, only doing Rainbow the Brute here and there. So once he gets,
Right. I'm
what is it, Red Extermination, the third one? Once that one comes out and he's in
yeah.
fulfillment, I'm sure it won't be long until Rainbow comes out. Or maybe he's trying to finish
Well,
Rainbow
I'm
first.
I'm
I'm
really
I'm not even.
surprised that Rainbow was already, because I thought he launched Rainbow the Brute. I didn't know that that was a 2021 campaign. I thought that was a
Well, it was still after.
2023 campaign.
It was
Actually,
still after Wreck Planet, dude. Wreck Planet was 2022 or 20.
Yeah,
Or
but this
no,
is
Wreck Planet. Yeah, right.
2021.
That's what I'm saying. No, Wreck Planet was it was because Cyberfrog came out in 18. So by 20 or 21, that's when Wreck Planet was due to come out. And now we're on the third book, Red Extermination. So if you give Ethan 2 years at a clip per fucking 64-page book, because that's how long it's going to take him, that's 6 years. That's right on track with how long I've been in CG, a little over 6 years. Who are you growling at?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody here.
I don't think I was back in it. I don't think I was back in it 2021. But then again, I got to get with you, Cable, or somebody that knows something more. I'm not getting my full
Yeah.
history over on Indiegogo.
I
That sucks.
started back
He
in
launched Brute 8
2018.
months after Wreck Planet closed. Oh, Wreck Planet was before Rainbow the Brute, from what I remember. Yeah.
Wreck Planet, I think, was 2019, 2020, and then fulfilled 2021. And then, like Gable said, yeah,
Okay. Well, maybe I started back in 2021 because I definitely
I don't know.
backed Wreck Planet.
Right? Well,
Well, yeah, I
I
guess
don't know.
that's right. I guess my history does go back to like mid 2021
Well, then
because COVID was 19 and
yep,
20,
yep.
mostly 20.
No, it started in 20. It was 20 and 21.
Well, I mean, they call it COVID-19. Why? Because it first broke out at 19.
Yeah,
It
but
would have
it
been
was
called
all
COVID-20.
it was like October, November of 2019. So I get it, but that doesn't
Yeah, and
count as a
China
whole
didn't
fucking year.
let you know about it. So,
And that doesn't count as a whole fucking year. You started in October.
well, I don't know. They call it the Spanish flu, and it's not really, anyway.
It's not really from
Let it
Spain.
go.
What the fuck?
Brute was
Oh
launched
shit!
near Christmas, so maybe even less than 8 months.
What the fuck?
It's not why it's 19. Okay, well that's why I heard it was 19. I don't know. What I know. But anyway, ending on a higher note, um, mine's not going to take 3 years to come out. It'll be out next year. I don't see us getting it done this year. I had my, earlier in the year, I had my, you know, fingers crossed. Um, it's the 19th variant. Okay. Homer's new superhero Flash Dance comic Wrecked Planet coming soon. Yeah. Worked Planet, something like that.
Twerked Planet.
Yeah, twerking. I don't know. I don't know anymore. My brain has been mush most of today anyway, just trying to get everything done and every obstacle in
Yeah,
the
and there
world
you go,
thrown.
right? See, it was the 19th variant. It wasn't because it was the year 2019.
Okay. Well, I heard on probably the news, which is supposed to tell you the truth, they don't
You
know.
haven't learned better than that by now?
I've since then, but I'm just, like a magpie. I repeat stuff, so whatever. I like Cyberfrog. How do you spell it?
How do you spell it?
Like,
CYBERFROG.
yeah. With a hyphen in between?
No, no hyphen.
No, no hyphen. There we go. So you got it.
Well,
Anyway, I'm sure that Ethan will work out his and you know, and you know, I think he'll, if nothing else, he'll hold Fraga's feet to the fire. I mean, Fraga's, and I'm sure he's embarrassed somewhat about it, I mean, but I mean, he
yeah.
wasn't the only one that people pointed to, right? At the time.
Well, I
There's
mean,
not,
we've
there's
we've had
been,
people there have been fucking flakes since 2018 when I started, you know. You just got to kind of, learn to kind of feel people out when they're pitching their books and shit. And if they don't have a good pitch, if they're not excited about it, there's no reason for me to be excited about it.
right. Yeah.
That
I
just tells
mean,
me you're just out there trying to, roll something out so you can make money off people that like comics. I need more than that before I back.
well, we've had guests on,
Mm.
and behind the scenes, we wouldn't do it publicly, but you said, that this person or that person, he didn't come by as passionate to me. He came off as, I'm doing this to level up to go to something else,
Yeah.
and I get that.
And I mean, and if that's your plan, if you're trying to, work towards getting a TV show or a cartoon, I, more power to you. I don't want to hold anybody back on their dreams. But in the meantime, while you're doing the stuff you're doing to make your name, you should do your best. You know, I
Gable
don't know.
says, I need
And
a
maybe I just
diverse,
like,
cohesive, expansive comic book universe like the Momentum verse.
there you
Yes.
go.
We got Rex made me excited about his comic. I got Wexed.
Rex Planet.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, that could
Um,
be like book number 4, Rex Planet. Yeah.
Absolutely. Support me today. I will give you great passion in every story written. I've actually read early drafts of some of the stories online here. Um,
You'll give me great
as I
passion
wrote
in your
them,
bungalow.
because I'm excited. I can't hardly keep it in, to myself. I want you to share in that. And in fact, if uh, the thing with Vic hadn't happened, I'm still looking for an artist that I can kind of pay, to do me work and draw online. Now, with that said, Omer, don't jump in there and say I'll do it, because there's no cash in the kitty, very little right now. But we will get an Omer fan card in on this. So, and I asked 2 people to do me fan artwork, and neither one came through for me. And I can name names if you want me to. But Omer came through, and there's been some other fan artwork. Um, I'd like to do a whole fan section, but I don't think I've really got enough of the fan art of my characters to justify that. Hopefully, after this prequel comes out, you'll have enough to chew on for a while, enough characters. You're going to get oodles and oodles of first appearances on this.
Oh,
In this, you're gonna be very satisfied. I've already got, um, with that 2-page spread, I've got Rob Ewing working. He's already done. Now this was in conjunction with character sheets and a poster, but he's already got 12 characters done.
wow.
6 of my female and 6 of my male characters
That's awesome.
done. So he's got a good start on it already.
Oh, yeah.
I can put you on a payment plan. Yeah, I know. I'm
There
the
you
same
go.
way. Like I said, I identify with your poorness. Maybe a little bit too much. Skit comics in the house. Wow, it was worth waiting around just to have skits in. Always
What?
willing to
All
do
right.
work for you. Yes. Yes.
Hail skit.
Okay. Hope everyone is well. Absolutely. Yeah. Layaway.
Good to see you,
Yeah. I
Michael.
mean, I
Yeah.
hit up skits to do me a cover. And yes, I have not forgotten about you, skits. I definitely would like you to do my Momentum Future Visions. It's looking, unless something comes in and we get some movement on the campaign, get the new stuff up, and we get some movement, we'll talk, about getting, because I do like to get the covers out of the way,
Right.
I do. I mean, I've already got a wraparound cover for issue 6, a Devil Flyer, and we haven't even launched 1 yet. But I'm glad I got Ryan to do it. Am I the one fan who made the most fan art for you? Yes, you are. I've drawn Devil Flyer, Bogg, and Zigzag. Yep.
Yeah.
You've done more. Yeah.
You're number one, Homer.
You're number one so far as doing the diversity of characters. And when you get the ash can in the mail in a few days, and I can't remember, I can give you a tracking number. I'll send it to you later. I think I left it out in the truck because it was raining. I didn't grab it, but it's on its way. It should be to you in the next 2 or 3 days, and you'll have a lot of reference for characters that you haven't previously had before.
That's a big container. Good ball.
What are you mumbling about?
Gotcha. I'll be right back.
Okay. Don't threaten me with a good time. Comes in stealing my thunder. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I had previously, approached skits about doing Momentum Unleashed. And the title of that is Future Visions, which was the original title. All the tales are told in the future. And I've told him some of the story, the elements that I would like him to do. He's got a very painterly thing. And we just fell a little short on the budget. That's for the next project, which, I wish to do 2 books next time. Kind of doing 2 this time, with the Bogg supplement. But Momentum Unleashed Future Visions, which all the stories are told in the future. Most of the stories in the prequel are, I would say all the stories are in the recent past. And as we're leading up to issue 6, which is the climax, or 6 and 7. 6 won't be the end. 7, and with issue 6, it becomes Devil Flyer. All the other short stories are rolled into the main story by issue 6. We'll be eliminating a short story per issue. That will leave room for development to more room for development for some of these characters. And we'll see how things kind of gel, since I even gave myself a 0 issue. It was always kind of a pet peeve for mine that, people have been running issues, for years, and then all of a sudden they come out with a 0 issue, and they never do it like before issue 1. So this one, magazine, I don't even know if Devil Flyer be a magazine. Might keep it at that It's more of a European. I do want it to be able to fold out. I want, that big artwork was kind of necessitated because of the way the artwork was done, which was to scale of an actual comic, very small. So if you see any imperfections, it's probably because he didn't see them, because the artwork was done so small. But it's amazing the scale that he got. It needed to be blown up and I needed to get the elephant out of the room. I had a 29-page story that was eating a lot of the real estate for for what I could do in backup stories if I wanted to get in 6 different stories, 5 stories, backup stories. Or maybe it was even 6. It was getting to be like, thank you, you're kind. Skits, you're wonderful, man. Your artwork's great. Your wife's very talented too. She's probably sitting there on the couch next to you. Rex Skits comic doesn't have a wrench. Oh my gosh, what? Thank you for pointing that out to me. We got to give Skits a wrench. My God.
Yeah, give Skits a wrench. God.
Well, we don't see Skits in here very much, but Skits is alive and well, and he does wonderful stuff. I backed him to the hilt on his first campaign. Sadly, I haven't been able to do Origins.
Hey, Michael, I hope you and Karshina are doing very well. Love you guys.
I'll do it.
I watched all of Karshina's stuff for October. So, hail, guys.
Yeah, she does horror. If you like horror, she's got a horror channel. We'd like to get her on here awesome. And talk some more.
Yeah. Well, or her and Michael both. I've spoken with them before, and they're very awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, he must be a horror fan too, right?
I would think so. I mean,
yeah.
Otherwise, him and Karshina wouldn't get along so well.
This is a funny story, Skits. So I said when I first threw it out there that I wanted you to do the cover to Marvel Future Visions to Momentum Unleashed. It's actually called Future Visions. All the stories are told in the future, except for one, which is the death of Silver Boa, which is not our future, but the character's future in 1959. So, as to throw a little variety in there, one story set in the recent future, one story that I have slated is set 250 years in the future in the Momentum verse. So, almost like a what if tale, it's so far in the future. But you'll see characters that you're introduced to in Devil Flyer, that bagel's coming back to get me, Shadowhawk, that and the coffee.
Damn blueberries coming back on you, buddy.
It's the blueberries, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Hey, they're a superfood, sometimes you gotta be careful.
Yeah, Shadowhawk said to me, well, you better get a budget. He's expensive. And Michael was like, whatever your budget is, we'll work with it. We'll, and he was very, and one reason I just didn't pull the trigger on it, it was toward the end of the year. And again, that's not tantamount to getting this prequel book out, and I got to get this one out first, and the supplement. Billy Power Max, he was by here the other day.
Hey, Billy.
And
good to see you, brother.
Yeah, but he will work with you on your budget. He's a wonderful artist. You should back everything that Skits puts out because he's one of the most imaginative, creative. He is the future of comics. I can't say enough about Skits. Skits Comics is wonderful. I don't even know.
I don't even know who to compare Skits to. I mean, Mobius, not really.
Maybe
he's Sienkiewicz, maybe, a little bit. Mobius, a little bit. I mean, the dude just has a
collage. He does painting.
He does everything, bro. Yeah, he's
exactly.
And he's just got such a unique style and visual presentation to what he does. It's fucking crazy. Good stuff, man.
Oh, absolutely.
Not that you're crazy.
I mean,
although you probably have to be a little bit.
if you're not hitting him up, I was just glad that he said, yes, I'll be happy to do a cover for you.
Oh, hell
I
yeah.
mean, he had his short list on his first campaign of who he would like doing the variant covers. Well, in the back of my mind, it was like, I would like, because I want to give back to the community, right? And use the
Right.
artists that are here crowdfunding and stuff as much as possible. And no, I'm not way too kind either. You're an
Not kind
artist.
enough, Michael. Not
You're
kind
not
enough,
just
brother.
an illustrator. You're not just a sequential. There's a lot of comic artists. You can say they're a comic artist and stop at that. Your stuff can be in galleries. It's
dude. Michael's stuff is like, it blows me away, dude. It's just like, what do you say? You don't even have to say anything, but it's like, just look at it. And just look at it. Do you not see what I'm seeing? It's fucking amazing. All right, enough blowing skits for the night.
Well, yeah, Omer, read this. Go ahead and read that.
Okay, that's enough about skits. Jeez, I've never heard that kind of praise for me. Now, come on, Omer.
Not prayers, praise.
Praise, whatever. We've given you lots of praise, Omer, and some prayers for your mental health, but that's a different story.
Yeah. We're sending good vibes your way, It's not that good. He says, wow.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, he's really good. Yeah, he's just,
wow. Could have gone really south there for a second.
Yeah. Well, he's bringing that painterly, that artistic, doesn't he teach art, or I forget.
Trying to remember exactly what he did for regular living before this. He may have been teaching. I'm just amazed at all the different techniques and everything that he uses, because he does watercolor, gouache, fucking, like you were saying, like actual, what they call it, like decoupage,
Collage.
where you layer.
Collage. Yeah.
No, where you actually layer like paper into like 3D elements and shit. That's like
paper or cardboard
decoupage
or
something
cellophane
like
or whatever.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, collage is a little bit different. A collage is just a mashup of a lot of pictures. Like decoupage is where you actually create depth and textures and stuff.
We'll go with that.
As far as I understand it, I'm sure Michael could set us straight.
And with that said, I've not read skits before. I admit it. I backed it to the hilt, all 3 covers, and everything. But
did you at least look through the art?
And what he did with the, I know he did this for you too, Shadowhawk. The mailer was made into a skits mask that you could cut out.
Oh yeah. I still got mine.
Yeah. I never cut mine out. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, no, dude, I cut mine out, and I was going to paint it, and then, as usual, some other shit came up in my... So I'm still waiting to put a paint job on that thing and then show it to Mike and Karshina.
No, don't do that. Do a live stream. Do a recorded stream, time lapse or something.
Oh, painting it?
Show people you do it.
There you go. That's an idea.
You wanted content on your channel. There you go. There's, finished skits mouse.
Good idea, Rex. It's only been like 3 years since I got the damn.
Oh, I know. It's been a while, but that.
Yeah, I got the first skits book right after I moved into this house.
What I like about skits is he's not limited his imagination. There's a lot that they're in the comics. They're doing sequential work. They're doing pinup work. They're doing comic work. But do they know the other side? Do they know oil painting and gouache and watercolor like Omer does?
Right.
Or do they? Or even if it's like they've got watercolor pencils.
And what do they call it? What do they call it when you do when you brush on the liquid inks? There's a term for that too in there. instead of like watercolor or whatever, you actually use the water soluble ink and you paint it. Whatever.
I don't know what you call that, but
You're looking at me like I'm crazy, but you do know what I'm talking about with the inks that you can mix with a little bit of water. Make them like the black. You can make it more
yeah, but I
gray, and
don't know
then
what they call that. I'm not looking
yeah,
at you
yeah.
like it's crazy. I just don't know what
Okay,
it's called. You know,
yeah. I don't know what it's called either. Ink wash. Okay, ink wash. I'll go with that, Omar.
ink wash. Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah,
Rex had a couple of light sticks in his hand, and he was going crazy.
yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of what John Buscema would have called commercial artists. He was asked on that documentary on Fire and Ice
Mm-hmm.
about Frank Frazetta's work, and he said he was like the rest of us. He was a commercial artist. Now, some people could say that he probably exceeded that with his oil paintings and stuff like that, but he was a commercial artist. Every artist in his own right, whether he's just shown at the Modern Museum or at the Metro or whatever, the Gutenberg,
Right.
if it's more traditional fine art, what we call fine art, it's still
Art
commercial artists. You
Institute.
still produce something to be sold. But I thought that was very spot on. Now a lot of people might pay, a little bit. They're like, oh, Frank Frazetta is much more than he was a commercial artist. I think that
Well, see, I mean,
describes
and
his
I don't
work.
know if the term commercial artist. Damn it! Now I just forgot what I was going to say.
Well, he was doing it for doing it for money.
Exactly, but okay, never mind. I had a better descriptive word for it for a second, and it fled my brain. So never mind.
Okay. Well, too much ecstasy and alcohol last night, probably.
I wasn't at that party with you, Mister.
I wasn't
You,
at that party either. Um,
I don't party on Sundays.
I was home here with the dog, making sure I got enough rest to go on Katie Did's channel today,
Oh,
which I
good
did.
news! Got a hold of the new job today. I got the in-person interview on Thursday after work, and
Oh, okay.
everything looking good so far.
Skits is always busy, but you're always welcome to come on the show. Hit us up when you got some time. Come on. It's been way too long.
Yeah, we haven't seen you guys in a while.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
I've
here
seen
we
them,
are.
haven't had a chance to chat with them.
You know what? I ought to do a search. How long has it been since we've had skits on? Because I know, they were in the title.
Oh, wow. Skid says he's never taught art to anybody, but people ask him all the time.
Yeah.
And he
Oh,
tells
yeah.
them, no, fuck off. Learn it yourself.
Right. Yeah. Well, I like that he's very individual with his art. It's very personal.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, I still that the ghost ship that he did on that first campaign. I want to get one of those Jeekleys that they've got. It's the like museum grade quality print,
mhm.
and it's nice. I'll have to make room for it somewhere, but as soon as I get the money for one of those things, if they still have any left, I'm getting me one, man. 'Cause it's so cool.
Joe Sontag, right, with Reaper Destroyer. Now he's had like 4 different times he's went with the colorist on the proofs. I know, but like
Yeah,
when I did
he's
this
getting
search,
ready.
it came up with episode 520, and in the title it says "Last Chance to Back Reaper Destroyer." It's still up. I find that funny. 520, dude.
Is it still in demand? Because he's getting ready to fulfill that thing.
It's in demand. He's getting ready to fulfill. Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael and Karshina were on with us, episode 534.
Good Lord, man! 400 and what 40 some odd episodes ago. That's
Yeah, it's
well
been a
over a
minute.
year.
It's been a
Yeah,
while.
so it's been well over a year.
What's it say here? Yeah, 1 year ago. Yeah, they were on with us a year ago. Yeah.
Hmm. You guys gotta come on more often than that, man. We miss you.
Well, they're
Holy shit!
unavailable most of the time.
Look at
Uh,
this, Roy Z, my ninja. What are you doing in here? Oi, oi!
Rosie, oh, yeah. Rick's got
Good to
attacked
see you, brother.
by a don't I wish, Billy. Um,
How's Australia treating you, Rosie?
again, happy birthday tomorrow. Today's his birthday. He said he's going to be off for the next 2 weeks, I guess, for the holidays.
Yeah, yeah. And happy birthday, Marv. I'm gonna shoot him a message here after we end the show. I think I
Absolutely.
actually gave him an early birthday wish the other day, but I meant to actually hit him up on it.
Oh, there you go. Now you got a
Actually,
wrench. Drop your website so people can
ooh, yeah,
look at your prints, skits. Drop that link.
yeah, yeah. Drop the link, skits.
What she said.
And the big question: you
But
got any of that ghost ship left? Because man, I want that thing.
Bart Sears's birthday, he's done some. I guess in a roundabout way through Andy Smith, I think he's done some crowd or no over on Kickstarter. Bart Sears has done a Kickstarter, so
Has he?
he's
Okay.
into crowdfunding.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He used to do the drawing lessons in Wizard back in the day. You remember that,
Yeah,
like Brute and Babes?
yeah,
Yeah.
mm-hmm. Yep.
Bart's pretty cool.
Tomorrow's
I
his
hear he's
birthday.
a really, really nice guy too. Apparently.
And again, Thursday, Jay Krieger's birthday, an artist that I'm working for the very first time. He's doing a 2 double page spread of Midnight in the Roustabouts. And if it turns out good enough, I may have him do the chapter illustrations and, for the book.
There you go.
Haven't settled on, I'm going to do a combination of like a short story, kind of like what I'm doing with Bogg, you know, in the supplement. I'll do a small midnight story, something, and combine it with the rest of it written, with chapter breaks. Really like Jason's work. Yeah, he's really good. I'm
Yeah.
really
Going
wondering, how he's
the
going to
market.
do a Western.
Yeah. Oh, dude. I would love to see Skits' take on a Western. His style would probably lend very well to that.
If I could afford him, and if he had time, I could come up with
Well, dude, you can have to work that out with Michael.
right. Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's
Oh, okay.
busy with his own brand.
So
I get it.
he's still doing drawing Brutes and Babes. Okay, awesome. He did a second volume
Marcus
for
says
Kickstarter.
I've met Bart. He's a nice guy. Yeah. I
Yeah,
know Andy Smith had him on earlier this year, I think, on one of his
I think
shows.
he was like kind of Andy Smith's mentor back in the day.
Oh yeah, definitely. Their styles, his first man style,
Oh yeah,
is
if
a
I
lot
didn't
like
know it
Bart
was
here.
yeah, if I didn't know it was Andy, my first guess would be Bart Sears on First Man.
Yeah, he's got that hyper muscular look.
Yeah, it's almost like a Megaton man. He's just like or Dillard's the Buckler when he does the crazy cartoony style, and he's just like overly muscled up. I love it.
Oh, skits. I need to show you. And I follow Clint Eastwood over on X, and he dropped. I don't know if this is on like some CD commentary or as a backup feature or something, but he dropped like almost 17 minutes of unused footage. I think it's all unused of the good and the bad and the ugly. I haven't taken time to watch it yet, but I'm going to watch that tonight. But if you
Oh, you
want
know
me to
what,
send
Rex?
that to you, I will.
Why don't you pull up the Midnight card art that you've got and let Michael get a look at the character he
Oh, well,
may be
here's the
drawing.
main character right there. Um,
There she
the
is.
original artwork there. But now I can pull up the campaign and show you.
Yeah,
Uh,
your camera's
he
kind of a potato today, dude. It's not
oh, is
showing
it?
up really.
Well,
Yeah,
that sucks. That's
yeah,
no
your
good.
camera's potatoed out, man.
Eh, okay.
I have potatoes in my
Yeah, we
blood.
got to get that fixed. We got to get that fixed for sure. Okay.
Blood tater.
All right. So here's Midnight on the Campaign,
Oh, that's
right
not.
there, as
There.
done by George Peter Gaddis. He colored her a little differently than originally, the reference that I gave him.
Right.
But I'm fine with it, you know.
Yeah, no, it's still turned out very well.
One and done thing, you know. She's mostly in black, but I don't mind this look either. I kind of like the purple hair, the purple mask, the purple, what would you call it? Top. I would
Bra?
say this is probably her after coming to the future, time traveling to the future.
Oh, okay. That would make sense with
You
the
know,
purple hair and the purple
yeah, it's
boulder
not going to
holder.
make sense otherwise. Yeah,
Yeah.
she does time travel to the future, because in the final apocalypso, right, in the final crescendo of Devil Fire, where he amasses heroes and villains, there's going to be like golden age type looking villains. I mean, or heroes and villains. There's going to be like Western, like her, maybe a few of the Roustabouts. Maybe Shadowhawk will be lucky enough to be one of the ones charging the pits of hell, or
Maybe.
it's not really hell, but it's a hellish realm, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, dang, I need to watch that. What's he need to watch?
I think he was
What's
talking
he need to
about
watch?
one of the
Oh,
Bart's drawing streams or something.
no, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll
Oh.
send that to you over on X. Yeah, I haven't watched it personally myself, but he just dropped it the other day. I follow Clint Eastwood on X, and I was like almost 17 minutes of unused footage from Good and Bad. I don't know if it's good or bad.
Yeah, you never did send me
Eli
that link
Wallach and
last
all
night,
them.
you butthead.
Oh, I didn't do that either. So I didn't do a lot last night. So
That's right.
give me a day off.
Now send it to me tonight, you wiener.
Okay, so we can all watch it. Sure.
That's right.
I wish I could
And
show
then we
it
can
on
all
here,
come back
but it would
tomorrow
be
and review it.
Yeah.
Choppy ass potato theater.
You people that let's do the Viewmaster. Come on, let's do it. Major players in the book. You'll get several stories in this, but you'll have cameos. We got 14 on the John Dillard cover alone, characters.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Going to try and cram in as much without being, feeling overcrowded as I can. Show a lot of the villains that you'll be seeing in the future, a lot of the heroes.
Get people acquainted with the Momentum universe.
Exactly. It's not just about, like I was saying on Katie's earlier today. It's not just about Devil Flyer, the one character, that Leland was like, well, tell me about Devil Flyer. Okay. He is interesting. He is he's the linchpin that he's kind of the cause of it. He is the cause of the apocalypso. He is, he did play a part in the problem, but he's also part of the solution. He's a big part of the solution, and, but it is about expanding the momentum and showing you that I have hundreds of characters, and I will pick out the most significant characters. And even in the process of doing these head sketches for little over 10 months now, I've created some new characters. If I can't sit down and occasionally world build and create a new character, I ain't happy. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it flops, but I've created some good characters. One of them, the Seer, I've got to bring up X anyway to show, to send that link to. I'll either send it to you or your lovely wife's kids.
And the really cool thing about the Seer is he's blind.
Oh, shoot. You know what? I can't get on my right X account right now. I'm going to have to fix that. Damn it. I don't even have access. I can find it on Clint Eastwood. I can look up Clint Eastwood and find it.
You can't even get in your own Twitter right now? Or X, whatever you want to fucking call it?
I've got 2 Twitters. One that I never use, I'm going to nuke. As soon as somebody tells me how to nuke it, I'm going to nuke it. And then maybe I can get signed on to my right one now, They're asking all these security questions now to get on X. And I was on X when it kicked me off of X and asked me the security questions. Well, I was doing my normal, retweet stuff.
Just pay them the $8 and get your blue check mark.
Yeah, and then they would still want security questions answered.
And they probably want like $8 a month or something too. I don't think it's just $8. Oh. I'm not paying for Twitter. I was banned off Twitter after my first tweet for over 2 years. So, I mean, even though it's Elon now, fuck Twitter, X, whatever. I use it as little as possible.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I use them a lot, but
I've kind of come around on my feelings for Elon, but at the same time, fuck that fucking goddamn $8 for a blue checkmark shit. I'm not playing that game.
Oh, I know. I don't do that either, and maybe that's why I get so much crap, but whatever. I don't know. If that would solve my problems, that right now I'd probably do it, But
I mean, I only keep a couple of channel memberships active, I can't see paying out, shilling out 10 or 8 or 6 or whatever, however much it is every month for something, unless you're actually getting something back out of it, And a lot of these guys have these members only streams and shit, but they never fucking do them. And you're paying for, to join the channel, but then they never do the special streams and shit. And for whatever reason, it doesn't seem like Indiegogo.
Devil Flyer Momentum, 1,418 followers. I built that up over time, but Rex Christian under my own name, 38 followers. I never go over there and post anything, not in a while, I just need to nuke that one. It's confusing.
Well, that one shouldn't be interfering with because the other channel is totally a different name. I don't know.
Somehow, it was asking me, it's above my pay grade.
What was your mother's maiden name?
What can I say?
What was your first pet's name? What was your first car?
Well, no, they didn't ask me that. They were like, what's your username? And I'm like, I don't know, and I got it off of my email because they told me, but it still didn't get me back in. So,
Yeah, it's
I'll
fucked
get
up.
it fixed. It'll be a hassle, but I'll get it fixed.
Oh yeah, it'll be a
But I'm
hassle.
just
It
trying to
always is.
nuke the other one right now. Never say anything against Elon. My son works as an engineer for Tesla, Marcus says.
Oh, cool. All right, bye, Skits. Have a great night, buddy.
Says,
Tell
y'all
Carcino we
have
said
a
hi.
wonderful evening. Gotta go. Absolutely. And we're going to say goodbye because we're at the 2-hour mark. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We'll be here tomorrow. And we'll have another topic. Maybe we won't be so full of hatred and vitriol.
We'll be here tomorrow as long as the world is still turning. Hello, we love you.
As long as the world and the guiding light is there for us. Anyway, keep collecting. Bow for now.